Hi guys, welcome to week 10. This is my second attempt to make you a video this morning at 6:30 in the morning. My last video was awesome, except for it did not have volume, which is a bit problematic, so I'm just going to go back in. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again, as they say. I just wanted to make a quick video. It should be about 5 minutes, just going over week 10. This week, there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, there is, but it doesn't appear that there is, only because we don't have a bunch of assignments and discussions on the homepage. So I'm going to have to go in here and edit this other video out since I'm recording a new one. But I just wanted to show you there's just one discussion for this week, and that's They Say, I Say Chapter 4. They Say, I Say Chapter 4 is titled Yes, No, Okay, But 3 Ways to Respond. And ideally, what I want you to do with this chapter after you've read it and looked at the video here is integrate these ideas and ways of thinking, these templates, into your rhetorical analysis essay as you respond to whichever scholar you've picked. But before I get ahead of myself, let me just click on the video so you can kind of see what it is.
Chapter 4, they say action, what you know, the ways you respond. Stop.
So you can see here, typically we follow a disagreeing or agreeing. We tend to polarize issues into good or bad, right or wrong, black or white. And so what we're going to get here with They Say, I Say is entering into the nuance of argumentation. So I really like the way that he puts it when he talks about habits of mind and how he talks about cultivating our ability to enter into argumentation by learning moves. And so again, I just want you to check out the video. You'll read the chapter first, critically skim it, take good notes in your journal where you're clustering the chapter. You have that chapter in the center and you branch off from your mind map. Then after you watch the video, you're going to take notes on the ideas that he presents as well. And so that'll help you to kind of sink a little bit deeper into the whole moves of argumentation. When you hop on the discussion board, you're going to tell us what you got from the chapter, or in other words, what you found to be most useful to you as a writer. And then the questions posed here for the discussion that you can answer are, how can this information help you as a writer? And then more importantly, pushing it further, how might you use the 3 ways of responding in your essay number 2, rhetorical analysis? So it's really important that you can agree with an author on one point, but disagree on another point. So maybe, for example, excuse me, maybe you agreed with Martha Nussbaum's argument about human capabilities and offering opportunity for everyone to meet those 10 basic needs, but you disagree with kind of the approach that she takes to explain her information, to give information. Maybe you found her wording, especially in the beginning of her piece, really hard to follow, and so you can use the different nuanced ways of argumentation, one of the templates from chapter 4. So again, that's what's happening with the discussion. That's the only discussion for this week. The other thing that you're going to be working on, which you can see on the homepage, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger, is essay number 2, rhetorical analysis. You should be working on that this week. Last week We had the peer kind of workshop giving feedback, and now you're going to push it further and develop it. So remember, if you didn't get feedback, or even if you did, we also have a tutoring center, which is pretty exquisite, in the LRC building on the bottom floor, kind of left of the elevators. Below the stairway is the doorway to the tutoring center, where we house the writing center with amazing writing tutors. So please get feedback. If you can't make it on campus, then just read your essay out loud to someone, a friend, your mom or dad, your dog perhaps, so you can hear your writing. And oftentimes when you're reading your writing out loud, that's where you're going to hear the disruptions in flow. That's where you're going to notice something might be missing. And so you're going to post your rhetorical analysis essay final draft here for grading. I'm just going to click on it so you can see quickly what the prompt is. You've already noticed this from your packet. I just want to draw your attention to the requirements for grading. This is how I created the rubric. And so when you post it, the rubric will also be on there. So it's broken down, and there's points assigned for each section. The larger, more important areas are assigned more points. So remember, we have higher level concerns, the content of it, what are you saying, what is your argument, and lower level concerns, which are maybe editing and word choice and things like that. But again, you're going to post your essay here to the assignment folder. So again, there's one discussion, one assignment folder post, because you're working on your rhetorical analysis. As usual, if you have any questions, you're going to go to the discussion board and you're going to post them in the Clarity discussion. Remember, if you have a discussion, someone else might have one as well, so you're going to post it here. Again, I hope you have a great week. This week in class, we're going to do a little bit of reflective writing on what work you have yet to do for your essay number 2, so you can kind of look ahead, use your writing as an opportunity to reflect and look ahead for some of the revisions that are coming this week, and troubleshooting for areas that might be people might be getting stuck on. And the remainder of class, I will just be conferencing with you one-on-one. You can come up to me and we can go over your grade, anything that might be missing, any questions you might have about grading, just to make sure that we're on the same page. Again, we're halfway through the semester, so it's really important that we keep the momentum going. Have a great week 10. If I don't see you, remember there's so many resources you can use. There's also online tutoring, which I forgot to mention. But seek out feedback. That's the best way to improve in your writing, is to read it aloud and get feedback from someone and hear how they're experiencing your writing. I will see you this week.